Infamous was one of only 3 teams who won an event in 2012, and they have most of their starting team returning for this season. Their brash style and attacking mentality has made them a very hard game for everyone in the league. The only player they lost was standout star Greg Sewers, who signed with Impact for this season. It's a big loss, as Greg was a dominant force on the Dorito side. Chicago Finals MVP Brad McCurley's knee is still a question, as is Zach Patient's surgically repaired shoulder. But they have Nikki Cuba, one of the most clutch players of the past 10 years, all-around weapon Damian Ryan, Snake specialist Drew Templeton, and the versatile Bobby Avila still ready to roll. Infamous is still one of the top 5 teams in the world, and as long as they stay healthy and hungry, they should be a force in 2013. Rebuilt and rebooted for 2013, the LA Ironmen have loaded up a new program in search of another championship for the legendary franchise. It's been 3.5 years since their last win, and they're hungry to get back to the top of the game. Mike Hinman has replaced Kevin Brethauer as head coach, bringing in his intense mentality and practice regimen. The roster is radically different than the beginning of 2012, acquiring the #1 American player Marcelo Margot, who has been promoted to team captain. They lost longtime players Brandon Short and Kyle Spickett to San Diego Dynasty, but picked up a once dominant Alex Goldman, who wants nothing other than to prove to the world he's still one of the best snake players in paintball. Steven Pitts, who's an experienced, highly underrated gunfighter, and Corey Bornstein, who played last season with Excessive, have also been added to the mix. With all the new weapons and current members, like last year rookie standout Alex Rodriguez and vet Mike Paxton, they are one of the early favorites to win in 2012.
And here we go, man. I've been waiting for this match. We have Los Angeles Infamous going to be taking on Los Angeles Ironmen. And it's kind of tough to call this game right now in the sense that, I don't know who's going to win this. The Ironmen have been playing pretty good. They've been playing I wouldn't say awesome, because I feel the team could be awesome, but they just seem to be kind of struggling, grinding the gears, and then they finally start picking it up, and then they're playing great towards the end of the match. Now, Infamous, same thing with them, except that they're running with that skeleton crew, but their crew that they have has been stepping up, contributing some clutch ball. This could be a crazy game, man. I'm excited about this one. Todd, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it because the winner of this game gets the bye. There's no point differential. Both teams are 3-0. Whoever wins is going to get in.
So yeah, here we go on the breakout, Chris. So what do you see out there?
I see Steven Pitts taking the walk right there for the Ironman, but on the flip side, I see number 11, AJ Trillette, going to work for the Ironman, but also in front of him, Brad McCurley taking the walk. We haven't seen many reps out of Brad this weekend, though.
No, we have not. Justin Schwartz gets shot in the pack as he goes up there, so he gets pulled out. So 3-on-2 advantage right now for LA Infamous.
Right there, Mike Paxton kind of controlling over the top of Alex Goldman, but he has too many things to do right now. He's dual survival, literally, with shoes.
Yes, I'm sorry, 4-on-3. You got Damian Ryan and Drew Templeton has bumped up into the Dorito 3. This is what Infamous needed from him to get up there, and Alex Goldman is going to get shot and get a penalty, and he's going to come off the field right now. So he gets Mike Paxton pulled, and here comes Bobby Avila going to drop the hammer on Marcelo Margot.
Oh, and actually, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get a little more than that. It's all fun and games until you get on the field.
Well, these guys have been playing against each other for years. You're looking at the vets that are taking the field for Los Angeles Infamous, and AJ Trillette is basically the only guy that doesn't have a bunch of years in this game. Damian Ryan, he's been playing for a long time. Bobby Avila, Nikki Cuba, those guys, Kevin Cali Rudolph, they've been playing the game at a high level for a long time. Now, the LA Ironmen, they have a couple younger players. They have Alex Rodriguez, who was in the running for Rookie of the Year last season. But they also have guys that are still young in age, but very experienced in Marcelo Margot and Alex Goldman.
Yeah, and, both teams right there tried to break down. We'll see Nikki Cuba walking on the field right here real quick. We'll be right back after these messages. Both teams take the field.
Next season on the roster.
We're looking for a guy that's on our heels every weekend.
My name is Wesley Ward. I'm 23. I'm from Macon, Georgia.
Scott Kemp, age 26, born and raised in Los Angeles, California.
Attitude thing, man, it's one of those things. Some people like it, some don't.
And we're back, and you're looking at Mike Hinman, and he's given some instructions. I think Danny Park's out there. He's going to get a spin. He played great first day of the tournament. And also, we got a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff coming at you here from, follow us on Instagram, at Paintball Access. Also, Matty Marshall SD on Instagram. Todd Raza Design. Chris, you in the Instagram game yet?
No, I'm on Twitter, though, at Chris Lasoya. He can hit me up there. I mean, I try to keep my private life private.
Love it, absolutely. This game also
Chris.
brought to you by Social Paintball, doing a great job helping spread the word for the sport. So like us on Facebook, man, and most importantly, share the content and let people know what's going down this weekend. It's very important that we let the world know what's happening out there, and also follow us at Paintball Access on Twitter and share the content. Let the people know that, within your circle of social network friends, to watch the webcast and also read what's going on in the sport of paintball. So many fascinating stories surrounding these teams and these players, and also let our advertisers and our sponsors know that you appreciate them supporting the PSP and them supporting Paintball Access. Here we go. So the Ironmen need to try to get on the board here, and they're pushing aggressive up the center of the field.
Yeah, Infamous loses 3 players pretty much on the break. Nikki Cuba gets shot on the break. Drew Templeton gets shot on the break. And Damian Ryan gets shot trying to fill out to the Dorito side. Cali Kevin just got shot. So AJ Trillett, the last player remaining alive over here for LA Infamous versus all 5.
And you talked about that new dye paint earlier. Obviously, you shoot 3 in the break and 1 quick thereafter. That's a statement right there. I mean, but as we're going, we talked about this yesterday. We're getting to the latter part of the day. The sun is starting to come down. If you get a field shot, you can see how we're going to have the shadows. One team is going to be looking into the sun. The other team is not going to be looking into the sun. And then I was driving home yesterday, about wrecked the car because I couldn't see where I was going.
So, yeah, man, it's been a long set 3 days of prelim competition, and just seeing a ton of action. And some of the teams step up, some fall down. And we're watching this last matchup here before we head, and then we have where the tournament really starts tomorrow. And man, I can't wait to see what happens and who's going to win this tournament, who are going to be the champion team, who are going to be the challengers teams, who's going to win the divisional. We'll see. We'll be right back after this.
Ever wonder how your order gets from ansgear.com to you? Using our fast and efficient processing method, your purchase is pulled, verified, and shipped to your door quickly and accurately. Every order is checked for accuracy 3 times before it leaves the warehouse. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner and at an affordable price to get you back in the game. Shop now at ansgear.com.
Here are the remaining events for the 2013 PSP season. It's going to be a great year. Event number 2. It's going to be the PSP Mid-Atlantic Open coming at you May 3rd through the 5th. That is Cinco de Mayo weekend, and it's going to be at OXCC Paintball Park, Chesapeake City, Maryland. Man, that is such a great site. If you're on the Eastern Seaboard, you haven't been there yet, definitely need to get out, play paintball there. Now, also, 3rd event coming at you, PSP Chicago Open, June 20th to 23rd. That's at CPX Sports. The details for the 4th event are yet to come, but it's going to be 16th through 18th, and then, of course, the World Cup at Fantasy of Flight, a little outside of Orlando, Florida. So here we go. Ironmen there on the breakout, and then now you can see Infamous, what they're looking at. It's all tied up at 1 apiece. 1 body coming off of each team, though. Alex Rodriguez, he gets shot early, and so does Drew Templeton.
Yeah, but no, right now, you see the Ironman right there. That's Danny Park shooting across the field, looking into the sun, like I talked about before. That is hard to do, man, especially when the sun is almost right in your eyes. But Danny Park, look for him to get in the snake here real soon. AJ Trillett in the snake right now for Infamous.
And Brad McCurley behind him makes it out to that snake corner alive. Nikki Cuba, Damian Ryan working the Dorito side of the field together. Nikki Cuba been stat stuff in here real big for Infamous. First 3 games getting tons of kills. He's going to have to keep it up if they're going to be able to beat the Ironmen here as he jumps into the Dorito 3. Starts wrapping around the corner as he is going to get some good angles on Danny Park here and Alex Goldman.
And there's Nikki Cuba on your screen now. Danny Park switching up to try and contain Nikki.
And, this is the opportunity right here that Trillett has to get the shot in, and he does on Steven Pitts out of that can on the Dorito side. So good job by AJ Trillett taking advantage of his field position. Now he is going to pop up again. Take a look across the field. He's got Brad McCurley behind him. Damian Ryan, Nikki Cuba still alive. 3 bodies left alive for the Ironmen. Alex Goldman, Marcelo Margot still living over there in Dorito 2. Oh, Marcelo Margot gets shot for the Ironmen. I'm not exactly sure who shot him. I think it was Nikki. Nikki shot him down the wire. So Nikki Cuba just playing huge right now. LA Infamous gets another kill. Only 2 bodies left alive.
And now we talked about this, there is coaching from the spectator side of the field where the snake is. However, on the flip side of the field, for you guys at home that don't know, the Dorito side of the field, there is no coaching. Damian Ryan is one of those guys on that side of the field. No coaching from the pit side, coaching from the spectator snake side. And Infamous is going to wrap it up right now, taking out Alex Goldman. Brad McCurley walking in the flag right there for Infamous.
So Brad McCurley getting out there, Todd. We haven't seen Brad McCurley a lot, and his knee's been kind of suspect, and he really hasn't seen a lot of playing time, but he looked pretty sharp out there right now.
Yeah, he did. And we haven't seen Cali Kevin yet, have we?
No, I don't think so, but we're going to be right back after this. Do not go anywhere. So we are back here, and before we start the next point, I'd like to thank the people that make this happen. Empire GI Sports. GI Sports. And, if it wasn't for the sponsors for the PSP and the advertisers here on PBA, you don't get to watch paintball. And you also don't get to play awesome paintball tournaments. So, that being said, please support us by supporting our sponsors. Buy their products. Let them know by either via email or on their social networks that you appreciate what they do for the sport and your ability to watch the game here at the highest level. And the score is now 2-1, 15:47 to go here in this matchup, and Infamous getting the better of the Ironman right now.
Yeah, Infamous up 2-1, 15:47 on the game clock, 30 till this next point starts. And Ironmen are going to come back out with Eric Humphreys, Alex Goldman, Marcelo Margot, Justin Schwarz, the 2 players that have been handling business for them over there on the Dorito side, as well as Alex Rodriguez.
And we've been calling Jay Schwartz's name a lot this weekend, playing very, very well over there. Look at that, Damien.
And that's what training does. I just want to say something about Schwartz. That's what training does, man. He's had a great offseason. He's been training hard, perfecting his body, and really kind of reforming his attitude. And I think he's going to have a big year.
Yeah, Cali Kevin and Brad McCurley coming out here for LA Infamous to the snake side.
Split screen right there. Look at that big, big break on the left for you from the Ironman. Getting shot in the break, though, going to Dorito 3. Infamous on your right. And then here comes Nikki Cuba.
Yeah, Justin Schwarz tried to do that play where he overextends to the Dorito 3. He's made it a couple times. That time, Infamous picks him off, and Damian Ryan goes up the center of the field to lock off the Dorito side and try and bury Marcelo Margot in that Dorito corner. But, you got 2 pretty good attackers over here on both sides, both teams. On the snake side, Eric Humphreys had a ball whiz by his face right there, and Alex Goldman is going to get pulled out on a pack hit, and he is going to have to go into the box for that. So that is a minor penalty. Eric Humphreys is going to get pulled on that. And Marcelo Margot and Alex Rodriguez, just 2 bodies left. Chris Sosine back there gets shot for LA Infamous. He's walking off the field, and Kevin Rudolph.
Yeah, and it's Infamous is just wrecking shop up here in the center. Oh, wow. And that center of the field,
Brad
is a little crazy.
Yeah, look at Brad McCurley. You know what? He was one of the standout players. If you remember back when you look at paintballaccess.com of the old archives, there's a big story on him. He actually won a tournament for these guys.
Yeah, he was the finals MVP from Chicago. And if it wasn't for Brad McCurley single-handedly killing 4 of the Russians in the Chicago Open finals, I don't know if Infamous would have won that tournament. And he really put on himself to win that game for his team and win the tournament for them. So he had a really big year last year, but then struggled with injuries.
But with that said, and I straight from my mouth, before that happened, he was having a horrible tournament. And I was the first one to say it. So we'll come back to that after these messages from our sponsors.
So we're in. There's Justin Suarez we were just talking about, reformed his body, and man, he's always been fit, but he's just a specimen now and really training a lot and really working on his agility, and he's having a standout tournament. And the Ironmen, they're going to need a little bit more out of their players right now, as LA Infamous who is running a skeleton crew, is still performing, and they are trying to win another game, get that bye.
The bones are strong in the skeleton crew.
Yeah.
Matt and Marshall over here with Brad McCurley on the field. They're just looking at the Ironmen. LA Infamous. They got Nikki, Sos, Damien.
Hey, tell me if I'm wrong, but it's almost like that's how Infamous plays well. When the chips are against them, that's when they play best.
Which is usually all the time. And Brad McCurley gets shot
on the break, and we just talked about that. I mean, and I was saying before that, in Chicago, he had the worst tournament I think I've ever seen him play. He was playing horrible, and I left early to go home and do some business stuff, and I come back to see he won the tournament. Not single-handedly, obviously, but he did very, very well.
He almost won that last point single-handedly, shot 4 guys. Well, he's going to need to dig deeper than that, because Brad McCurley gets shot out by Steven Pitts.
Yeah, and Danny Park comes on into the 50 Snake, and he's doing some work right now. Gets in there. Referee checks him. He's clean, but he puts one right past Nikki Cuba's head. Infamous with bodies, though, over there on the Dorito side of the field. They got Nikki Cuba, Chris Sosine, Damian Ryan came over here to the Snake side with AJ Trillett. Danny Park is crawling into Snake 2 on the backside, but Chris Sosine gets shot out of that can. So just 3 bodies make that 2 bodies now as AJ Trillett gets shot. He's coming off the field. Ironmen really pushing hard down this Snake side of the field.
Oh, Danny Park catches one, being a little too greedy over there on that Snake side of the field. He had such a standout first day, but now struggling here.
Steven Pitts getting into Snake. Damian Ryan kind of concerned about that. That's what he's looking at right now. So, but still the Ironmen, it is 3-1. I mean, 3-1 in favor of the Los Angeles Infamous. Ironmen need this point right here.
Well, I was just going to say real quick, Todd, is that the Danny Park's win percentage is .81. So, man, when they put him out there, he's not getting a ton of spins, but when he's out there, our team does pretty well typically. And LA Ironmen in the driver's seat right now, and they have a 2-body advantage up, and only Damian Ryan and Nikki Cuba left alive for Los Angeles Infamous.
And Marcelo Margot bumps into the 50 Dorito, and he's really going to start pinching Damian Ryan out of there as Steven Pitts has crawled all the way to the end of Infamous's Snake, and he is wrapping around, only putting pressure on Damian, trying to force him out, and Damian Ryan wraps out of nowhere and just shoots Mike Paxson coming into the middle of the field. So now a 3-on-2. If you want to have 2 guys on the field for you right now, Nikki Cuba, Damian Ryan, not bad guys to have out there. And Marcelo Margot gets shot by Nikki Cuba.
Wow, look at this. These guys just balling out of control. Nikki Cuba and Damian Ryan even it up. Let's see if they can take out Corey Bornstein and Steven Pitts.
Well, by the power of Grayskull.
Wow, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you want to win tournaments, you need your boys to step up. And right now, Nikki Cuba and Damian Ryan are fighting to preserve their lead as the LA Ironmen getting blown apart.
Nikki Cuba just owned Corey Bornstein in the side of the A, and here comes Damian Ryan. He's going to trade out with Steven Pitts, and Nikki Cuba is going to be and last body alive. Talk about a gritty win right there.
Nikki
for
Cuba
LA Infamous.
And Damian Ryan going into the satchel of tricks and just pulling out kills, wrapping around left, right hand. It doesn't even matter. They were just getting it done out there. And you look up there, it's all Damian Ryan and Nikki Cuba on the kill count here. Nikki Cuba, 3 kills, Damian Ryan, 2. Oh, wow, that was an awesome performance by those guys because the LA Ironmen were coming hot and heavy there, and they just weren't able to get it done. Nikki Cuba, last player left alive, and again, Nikki Cuba, the kill count leader for Infamous with 5, really stepping up right now.
It's a satchel. There's Skittles in there.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Nikki Cuba, we should say this more. That's why you pay Nikki Cuba, man.
Oh, man.
Nikki Cuba doesn't get enough credit for being such a clutch player.
Nikki Cuba needs a raise.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Sorry, man.
If it wasn't for Nikki Cuba right now, I don't think Infamous would be doing as well as they are.
He's been going to work.
And he's a motivator. Nikki Cuba, I'm sure, in these huddles and in the pits and even in the hotel room, because that's the thing, being a motivator, being a leader on a team, it doesn't stop or start anywhere near the pits. It starts, and we talked about this earlier, Todd, your teams your team's trajectory towards a win is guided by the best players on the team. The tone is set by the stars, and it's either going to be good or bad. If they're losing their heads and they're getting blown to bits, well, you're not going to have a good tournament, because that's the example that's being set by the best players on the team. But Nikki Cuba is getting in there and getting it done. That's an incredible performance by him at this event right now.
Absolutely, and you know me, Maddie, I love basketball references. To me, Nikki Cuba is a Kevin Garnett player. He is that guy. He's all about his team. He's tough as nails. He puts in hard work every year. You can always count on him, and he is just the rock of any team that he's ever been on. He's so solid all the time, and he is so energetic, and he gets people going.
And I was there to see that transition. You know, Nikki Cuba, when he was younger, was a hothead. He was, ego-filled and just, I never make any mistakes, doesn't listen to any criticism. He came out to California. He played with excessive, and, playing under Rich Telford really helped him out. I mean, it was one of those things where to see a man transition from a young 20-year-old kid into his mid-20s and to make his weaknesses his strength, that's rare. That doesn't happen all the time. It's a unique individual that's able to flip the script. You always say people don't change. Nikki Cuba did. And that's really impressive out there. So just a hell of a performance by Nikki Cuba here at the first event of the season.
Yeah, that's a testament to his mental tenacity, Maddie. Like we always talk about how important that is in this game of paintball with so much chaos going on all the time. Just to learn how to be more solid mentally and then bring it out here on the field and just really make a difference. Infamous now up 4-1 with 10:15 left to go in this game. A lot of time, but Infamous with a little momentum right now.
So Infamous, they need their stars to step up. They need Marcelo and Alex to get more than 3 Gs. They need Alex Rodriguez to step up.
Steven Pitts taking the walk in the break. Let's go to Lauren and hear what she has to say.
All right. Ready? Down here in the Ironmen pit with Mike Hinman. Mike, I heard you just talking to the team saying, guys, what else can we do? What else can you do?
We just got to stay alive in our bunkers. Infamous is playing well right now, but we're getting shot just out of our spots. There's not much you can do about that, you know what I mean? And last point, we're up 4-on-2, throw it away. It just comes down to confidence and control, and we don't have it right now. And I think both teams know this is a seeding game. We've both made Sunday already, and now we're trying some stuff. But fundamentally, we're just not playing well right now. I'd love to put it on anything else. Infamous is playing better than us right now.
All right, well, Infamous has the 3-point lead. We'll see if Ironmen can match it up or even win this point.
Nikki Cuba's got a force field out there. I was watching him there, I don't think we got an angle on it, but he was out there in the middle of the open, dodging paintballs, got checked out by the referee, was clean, dodged another one, and jumped into a spot. Templeton's getting some blood out there, too.
Drew finally coming into his own. He was struggling earlier, Maddie and Todd, like we talked about, but now he had a really good game last game, and now he seems to be coming out. Sometimes you just don't have good games, so he's coming into his own. Nikki is just murdering it. Damien, Ryan, Brad McCurley, the whole team. Look at how deep the roster is. It's like the abyss.
Yeah, and we talk about this when you're looking at the kill count. You want to see high numbers from everybody, or at least contributions. And everyone out there is killing people, including AJ Trillett, and a timeout's going to be called. Got to be by the Ironman. Look at Nikki Cuba. 3 more kills for Nikki Cuba in that point, and Drew Templeton. So I'll tell you what, this may be a seeding game, but Cuba is out there trying to get the bye as hard as he possibly can, and we're going to be right back after this.
won everything there is to win. And finally, a cleat that can keep up. So now, it's time to shred.
It has been, there's Mike Hinman trying to figure out what exactly he's going to do next. And has had a
5-1.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, it's 5-1, but also, you know, it is a seeding game. They're both, like you said, they're both in. So they're trying some new stuff, but still, it's a kind of a momentum thing. And another thing, it's for the bye. And Todd, I remember asking you one time, I'm like, well, hey, would you rather, you know, get the bye, or would you rather have to play that game to beat, you know, to get that fight in, which puts you in a better position mentally because it toughens you up? And what you can tell me again right now what it was.
Absolutely not. I want a free game.
That was what you would say. You were like, well, let me ask you, do you want the free win or not? And I was like, yeah, I guess I take the free win.
Yeah, you earned that by getting 4 wins in the prelims, you know?
All right, so let's take a look at our sponsors here as we're starting to close out the prelims at the first event of the 2013 season. Empire, Die, GI, DLX, and coming in big this year too, HK, you know, so again, you're gonna hear me say this, Eclipse, you know, you're gonna hear me say this all weekend long. Help support us by letting everybody know that sponsors the PSP and Paintball Access that you appreciate what they're doing for the sport by emailing them, buying their products, most importantly, spreading the word for them and us so that we can all continue to do this and propel paintball forward. And it's coming together quite nicely. So 5-1, 8 minutes and 42 seconds left to go here. It's been pretty much all Los Angeles Infamous and all Nikki Cuba.
Nikki Cuba with 8 confirmed kills right now. Out on the field, big Chris Sosine getting a game in right next to Nikki Cuba. And here comes the Ironmen through the middle of the field. Alex Rodriguez tries to come through and he gets torched up, but I think he might have taken Chris Sosine with him. Chris Sosine walks off the field.
And he's one of those players, man. It reminds me of John Richardson. He's methodical, slow, not real fast, and kind of like down the field. You know, I mean, he's very smart paintball player.
And you know, he's another real big success story. Mikko Huhtinen one time told him about, I think 4 years ago when he was a big kid, he was like, hey, you're a baller. If you lose weight, you could probably play at the top level. What did he do? Spent the next 3 years grinding, and now he's one of the best players on the Ironman.
Absolutely. You know, honestly, he was one of the best players on Shock. He played for Aftershock before. He's when he came out of that camp. But he has a great family behind him. His father Randall is a great supporter of paintball. And
well, I was talking about Alex Rodriguez. I think you're talking about Chris Sosine.
Chris Sosine. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Chris Sosine.
Similar story with Chris Sosine, though. But Chris Sosine, he's just solid, though. Did get shot early here, but that's because Alex Rodriguez on the run-through. So now looking at LA Infamous, they are up a body here. Los Angeles Ironmen still have Marcelo Margot, Steven Pitts, and Eric Humphreys, who has yet to contribute in this game. Eric Humphreys is struggling. No confirmed kills for him.
Yeah, Eric Humphreys, he's only playing about 1 of every maybe 3 or 4 points, you know, as to where last year he was playing almost every point, you know.
Yeah,
so,
SK gave him a lot of reps.
You know, big difference over here in playing time this year for Eric Humphreys, but, I mean, it's hard to argue when you got a guy like Alex Goldman, who's so fast and talented and really does a good job, you know, for the Ironman here on the Snake side.
Yeah, Alex Goldman's playing really, really good, and he's living up to his bet potential, as we spoke about earlier this week. I mean, he is playing well.
Yeah, on the D-side camera right there's Marcelo Margot. Nikki Cuba has shot Marcelo 3 times this game. You know, really just putting it on Marcelo as he gets into Dorito 3 and starts going to work across the field. Drew Templeton matches him up, and he also jumps into Dorito 3.
I like this new D-side camera, actually. It shows a really good perspective across the field shots as well.
Oh, and somebody else, I think that's Marcelo Margot walking off. Drew Templeton matched him up, and they traded out. Marcelo shot Drew. Drew shot Marcelo, and he's coming off the field right now.
And look at Drew starting to get some work in. You know, we said that Drew Templeton needed to step it up, and he is. He now has 5 confirmed kills in this game.
Yeah, Nikki Cuba just smoked Steven Pitts in the goggles as he tried to come up the field. And Damian Ryan doing the creepy creep with his skull E-flex on.
Yeah.
Pumped up right now. Damian Ryan. You know, Damian Ryan, he's not as vocal as Nikki Cuba, you know, but he's a very strongly emotional guy. You know, he has got a lot of heart. There's a reason why he was so good at soccer. You know, it's because he's a fighter. You know, he's really talented, confident, and I mean, he just wants it really, really bad. And his energy is there. He may not be yelling and screaming at people, but the energy just radiates off Damian Ryan, and he's out there right now working as hard as he can. You can watch this replay real quick right here. On the breakout here is Alex Rodriguez. That's Alex Goldman right there diving into the snake, and here goes Alex Rodriguez off the left side of your screen. Across the left side of the A, he gets shot, trips up, but takes Chris Sosine with him.
That's actually, you know, I didn't see that run. That's a pretty good run, actually, because those pins block you out a little bit.
When did he get so fast? I don't remember him being that fast last year. I mean, he's not the fastest guy in the team by any stretch of imagination, but kid can run and gun, man. Like we said yesterday, we watched all the highlights for the end of the day, and it was just half the highlights was, you know, A-Rod going down and sticking people at the end of the match.
Yeah, but you know what? Like A-Rod, he played on that team, the Wrecking Crew, you know, which was a team that practiced the Ironmen out of Southern California. Eric Humphreys also came from that team. You know, what I like about A-Rod is that Wrecking Crew was a successful team. You know, they won tournaments, and when you're able to win at no matter what level you're at, and then grow that, move up in the ranks, and continue to win as that team did, you know, it's a different mentality. It's a different approach to the game, and I think that's why Alex Rodriguez is having the success that he has, is because he learned under a good system. He's always been around quality professionals that are willing to take the time and help him out, and now he's got some good talent around him with the veterans. He's got a good coach in Mike Hinman. He's got a good owner in Dave Youngblood, you know, and they support this team. They're giving them all the tools that they need to come out here and be successful.
Yeah, and right now the Ironmen struggling, though, against Infamous. Here we go, split screen breakout. LA Ironmen going to be on your left-hand side, Infamous on your right. Let's see who can get it done here. Can Infamous put one more point on the board, get the bye, and head directly into the semifinals?
And Brad McCurley gets bounced coming out here. Not sure if I'd send Brad out to that corner. I like Brad. I want to get him in the game.
I just don't want him on his knee again.
Yeah, but I don't know about running out to that snake corner. That snake corner's been sketchy for everybody.
Actually, anything on the snake side is pretty sketchy, besides the one right next to the flag station.
Yeah, even that one's kind of sketchy.
I'm
we
telling you.
saw Ryan Greenspan get shot one step out, going to that spot. Max Trailer. A lot of guys turn around, pull up your gun, and get shot one step out. Drew Templeton gets shot. He's walking off the field right now. And on your screen, that's number 17, Toke Hamill, in the snake corner. There's Damian Ryan and Nikki Cuba. You can see that these guys are energetic because they're communicating. Nikki Cuba, when he talks, his whole head moves. He's yelling at Damian. Damian, same thing. And if Infamous is going to be successful, communication is the #1 most important thing for these guys, because they're such good decision makers. The better information they have, the more they know how to do, and at such a quick rate. You know, when you saw Nikki and Damian there together, just talking, things were just happening.
And here's something you haven't seen all weekend. Give me a shot in the snake side for the LA Ironmen. That is Marcelo Margot in the snake 2 for the LA Ironmen right now. If you look in the right-hand side of your screen, that's something we haven't seen all weekend, Maddie or Todd. Are they trying something new, or what do you think?
Yeah, Justin Schwartz is over here too. You know, probably just giving it a whirl. I mean, it's 6-1. It'd be a hard-fought match, you know, to get back in this game right now.
And then there's really not enough time, to be honest. We have seen some quick points, but there's just pretty much no chance that Ironmen are going to win this game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, but like Mike Hinman said, let me try something new. You know, but by playing the other side of the field, though, Maddie and Todd, you learn the shots that are shooting you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a really
smart
play. That's a smart
know?
play by Hinman to do that.
Yeah, Marcelo is going to have a better understanding now of what he can, can't do, who he can and can't shoot when he gets in those Doritos tomorrow afternoon.
I think he actually just got a shot on Nikki Cuba, because Nikki Cuba's coming off now.
It's about time, because Nikki Cuba's blowing him to pieces.
Marcelo. He had to go to the opposite side of the field to get a shot on Nikki.
He owed him one.
No, but like I said, you know, if you guys are at home watching the game, and you know, if you want to come out and learn the field, switch players up, send them to the snake side. That way when they get over there, they know why they're getting shot from that side of the field. They learn the shots. You can walk the field all you want, but until you're in real game situations, you're not really sure.
Alex Rodriguez is actually going to get credit for that shot on Nikki Cuba. Alex Rodriguez now up in the La Soya Tower next to the A. Justin Schwartz. Here comes Marcelo Margot jumping into snake 3. Looking to creep as AJ Trillett gets shot. He's walking off the field.
And here comes, unsurprisingly, Alex Rodriguez stat stuffing the last guy.
He is. I think as he's running, he's dripping saliva in his loader. Just feeds.
I like it. That kid is hungry to be.
He's taller.
He's hungry to be good.
Is it me or is he taller this year?
I think it's just you.
Okay.
I think you might be shrinking.
You might be
No, I
getting
think
shorter.
we added a little like 2 feet on our tower up here. No, he looks a little taller to me. I'm sorry, it just does.
No, I think you're shrinking. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think your ponytail's getting shorter too.
Whoa. Let's not get carried away. Comedians up here.
Hey, it's a long day.
Oh, man, we do have long days. I don't think you guys, actually, you guys at home, actually, I'm sure you guys get up in the morning or at night if you're overseas and you watch the webcast and you guys just know exactly how long we sit up here. So after this commercial message, let's just come back and we'll talk about that in 1 second.
And we're going to be right back. So here we go. Referees there making sure everything's tip-top, and Ironman finally getting on the board, and Alex Rodriguez is the kill leader for the LA Ironman right now. Alex Goldman's got 4. Alex Rodriguez got 5. Stephen Pitts has 4. Eric Humphreys, though, still bet big fat goose egg for him, and he's going to get another spin out here. Danny Park, in limited action, has got 2 kills. So, and it's just been this is Nikki Cuba. I mean, it's like, if somebody were to ask me about this game, the only thing I would say would just be Nikki Cuba.
Yeah, Nikki Cuba with 9 confirmed kills.
I mean, Damien's, like, I don't want to take anything away from Damien or Drew, Drew's finally stepping up. Awesome job by Drew and awesome job by Damien, but, you know, just leading the way is Nikki Cuba, and that's what they need. They got to have that, man. You know, they really got to have that, their star players step up, and we're going to be right back. Looking at Los Angeles Infamous completely dominating the LA Ironmen in this match, 6-2. But both these teams advance. Both these teams are advancing into tomorrow's competition where the tournament really starts. And Infamous looks great, man. Infamous, even though they had a lot of roster hits, they are looking strong. And it really comes down to individuals understanding that their fate is in their own hands. And with the vets on that team, that's what's to be expected. Do they have enough to win the event and take down Damage, Heat, Dynasty, and all the other top teams? Not sure. But we will find out tomorrow.
Yes, we will. As Danny Park goes all the way to Snake 2 on the break, makes it in clean. Stephen Pitts up the middle to the A. Callie Kevin gets shot off the Snake side for LA Infamous. He's going to walk off the field right now. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. 6-2 game in favor of Infamous.
And, you know, I think right now, like you said, the Infamous is probably trying some new things. They're up 6-2. They can afford to do a couple things here and there. But, however, you don't want to get carried away.
Alex Rodriguez is blazing through Infamous's line right now.
That was a 3-pack, I think, right there.
I think he might even got more than that. Alex Rodriguez, no, because Stephen Pitts and Alex Goldman also got some kills, but on the run, yeah, Alex got 3 on that run through, Chris.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, but like I said, now is Infamous trying some things out? Yeah. Now they have, like, you know, they're up by 3 points right now, but they're not going to sit back. Okay, now Travis is going to go, okay, guys, let's just get this last point because it gets a little scary. Because I've been on Infamous before. We went up 6-1 and lost. I've been there.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I watched that game.
I've been there.
I've been in those games too. Man, those games are terrible.
That's the worst.
Yeah, and A-Rod got a 3-pack, so you got to be careful. But, you know, there's 2 minutes and 23 seconds left. I just don't think it's even possible, and we're going to be right back.
Ever wonder how your order gets from ansgear.com to you? Using our fast and efficient processing method, your purchase is pulled, verified, and shipped to your door quickly and accurately. Every order is checked for accuracy 3 times before it leaves the warehouse. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner and at an affordable price to get you back in the game. Shop now at ansgear.com.
And we are back here. First event of the 2013 PSP season. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez and Chris Lasoya calling all these games. Man, we've seen some amazing paintball this weekend, as always. Of course, watching the best players in the world throw down, and 2 really highly favorite teams here, and very popular Los Angeles Ironmen, LA Infamous, and these guys have been around for a long time, both the teams and the players that are out there. Great stories behind these 2 teams. Go to paintballaccess.com and read up, find out what's going on behind the scenes. And right now, LA Infamous, man, that's another one of the good stories from this tournament, is all the hits they took to the roster and the fact that the vets that they have are just purely stepping up, man. That's what they're doing. Now, unfortunately for them, they're going to lose Bobby at Villas, who is going to have to leave to go. He has some family. Somebody passed away, so he has to go to a funeral. So,
and you know what,
send our
Matty?
condolences to the Villas family.
Yeah, you know, Bobby's a good dude. Feel bad for him. But he's got to go take care of that business.
Look at Toke Hamill getting a spin for the Ironman. Now, Toke Hamill needs a good point right here. He's seen limited action, and the action he's seen, he really hasn't got anything done out there. So Toke Hamill needs to step up right here. He had a good year, rookie year for the Los Angeles Ironmen last season, but we haven't seen much out of him at this event so far.
But like I said, you know, you need some spins to get your wheels rolling.
For sure.
You know, but Alex Goldman, it's hard to take his spot because he's one of the premier and best snake pave players in the game.
Yeah, and Toke Hamill's got a lot of talent, so if I were him, I'd just go to school this year. I'd learn as much as I possibly could from Alex Goldman, and then also try to one-up him, man. I'd try to get out there and try to earn that spot, and that's what I'm talking about. There you go. Toke Hamill doing what he needs to do in the snake side, and now you're looking at, there's Alex Goldman on the he's now on the Dorito side.
Exactly, and we talked about that. Now,
Toke Hamill's destroying people right now over on the snake side of the
That's
field.
great, though. That just shows the absolute depth of these paintball teams.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Alex Rodriguez doesn't care about anything. Toke Hamill was shooting a lane straight into Drew Templeton's bunker, and Alex Rodriguez ran and stopped right in front of his gun so he could shoot that lane. he just sees bodies, and his eyes must turn a different color or something.
I will step in front of my buddy's gun just so I can lump somebody's head
Well,
up.
I think Alex Rodriguez is probably the most aggressive 2 out there, the most aggressive mid player, one of those support players, and I mean, he's just hungry. That's the word to describe that kid. That kid is hungry, man.
And with 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go in this game.
And I think he actually did steal one of Toke's kills. Because if you look up on the board, man, Alex Rodriguez, he got 2 of them. And Toke Hamill got 2. Alex Goldman got the 5th. But I'm pretty sure Toke got that last kill stolen by A-Rod. So let's look in the infamous pits. Let's listen in.
They got air? Yes. Send Nikki to the baby then. Guns off. Let's finish it. Hey, Drew B D1. Excuse me. Money cross. 45. I don't give a fuck. You just said you want to shoot the snake guy. 45. Okay. Drew, you're going money cross.
So tense moments there in the pits for Los Angeles Infamous as Ironmen are starting to come back, but they don't have enough time, man. There's only 1 minute and 9 seconds left. We might see a crazy bloodbath point right here, though.
Yeah, I want to see one.
You know what I'm thinking here, too, is that because Bobby has to leave once Infamous got in control of this game, they started putting these other guys over here towards the snake side so that they could get some reps and be comfortable for tomorrow. I think, losing Bobby tomorrow, getting this bye is going to be huge for Infamous. Good job working their way out here, getting 4 wins, put themselves in this position.
So here we go.
And there's Nikki Cuba, I think, shot Steven Pitts running up the middle of the field. Steven Pitts had pretty good luck with that. I think Pitts caught Nikki last time he came up the middle of the field, but Pitts getting shot there. Danny Park dives into the snake, take a bouncer.
Hey, but with that said, referee. Alex Rodriguez, 10 confirmed kills in the last 3 points, I believe. Last 8 points, I apologize. 10 confirmed kills in the last 8 points.
That's
ridiculous,
impressive, man. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Kid wants to win.
And in the 50, Dorito was Justin Schwartz.
Penalty.
But he got shot. He grabs a major, and that's going to do it for the LA Ironmen because I think Justin got another red flag.
If there was a nail in a coffin, he'd be in it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much going to do it. One player left alive, back corner bunker. It's Alex Goldman.
You know, there's 12 seconds. No reason to get crazy or hurt yourself or go put it on somebody. Just chill out, relax. Well, I mean, let's not, or not.
Well,
Alex Goldman says, I'm going to go out kick that saloon door in like I would and just come out swinging. It's like the Wild Wild West.
Schwartz looked like he got a major for playing on over there. Got shot in the pack, dove in. But regardless, Infamous going to go ahead and take this game, win 6-4 on the back of Nikki Cuba.
You know, when he was younger, there's no way he had that much facial hair. It took him till he was like 29 just to get a piece of hair on his chin. Now, look at him. He has a beautiful, beautiful baby.
Yeah.
A great girl.
And he looks like Leonidas from the 300.
I was trying.
I'm in your head. I'm in your head, baby. I'm in your head.
And 9 confirmed kills.
This is what you get when you work together for so long. He knows what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, and 9 confirmed kills. Chalking up kills like the Spartans at Thermopylae.
How many did you get? 12. How many did you get? 17.
Yeah, Nikki Cuba punching the clock today for sure. And it looks like we actually have Lauren down on the sidelines with Nikki Cuba right now. Let's check it out.
I am down here with Nikki Cuba from Infamous. That was amazing paintball out there. You got 9 kills in 9 points.
My number's 9.
Well, that must be lucky then.
Just owe it to the team, man. We were just practicing hard, and we've been, struggled yesterday a little bit, and we got it together today. We're working as a team, communicating, fixing everything that we had to do from game plans to communication, personnel, and, we just wanted it.
You guys had a huge lead there for a while, and then Ironmen came out super aggressive. Were you guys starting to sweat it there at the end?
Not really sweat it. It was just we tried to switch up our game style, which is not defense. Our game style is in-your-face aggressiveness, and it showed. We gave up a couple points, and then when we make moves and we take real estate, we win points.
Despite all of your setbacks, you guys were undefeated in the prelims and got the bye for Sunday. How does that feel?
That's one of the most important things in this league is to go undefeated, get the bye, so that you can, relax and watch the other teams struggle and have to fight their way through. And it gives us a little break, gives us an extra game to scout them out and figure out what they're doing right and wrong. So, we're happy with it.
Well, that's all I've got. Congratulations to Infamous. You guys are the only ones undefeated.
Vanquish, baby.
All right, back to you guys.
Wow.
So
wow.
The sun is starting to set here on the day and on the prelims. So congratulations to LA Infamous. They take down LA Ironmen. Both those teams meeting on the field right now and going to talk about heading into tomorrow's competition. Infamous going to get the bye. LA Ironmen going to have to play through the quarterfinals in order to get into the semifinals. So, wow, what a great prelims that we had, man.
I cannot wait to see the semis, finals. I mean, it's going to be...
Yeah, the champion and the challengers
wow.
playoffs.
There's so much stuff going on at the PSP in 2013. I am looking forward to it.
Who else impressed you guys out there this weekend?
You did, actually. His voice is just so theatrical.
I'd like to thank my father for that.
No, but seriously, Impact's looking decent. They're looking. I'm being decent, like not fantastic. Infamous is okay. It's a toss-up right now, man. I just can't throw it out there.
It's tough to pick a team who's going to win this event. First event, so coming off a lot of changes in the off-season here, and been a lot of impressive paintball. I think Damage is playing pretty hot, and I think Infamous, they're very hungry, though they took those hits, but it doesn't seem to matter, man. Like, the guys are playing great, so, you know, obviously Houston Heat's, they're our reigning champions. Let's check it out. Here it is, bracket C. This is who's advancing. LA Infamous and the Ironmen move on as Infamous undefeated, +10 on the point differential. The Tauntauns, they assure that, look at this, the Tauntauns come in, assure themselves a spot in the Champions League by taking third. And then Upton 187 crew is going to have a playoff with Vicious and San Antonio X Factor. That's going to be crazy. And then Thunder will be in the Challenger division. So them, Excessive, and they're going to have to fight their way back there. And man, it's I love this new format. It's just really forcing these teams to play at the highest level that they can bring. Everything's important. There's no more gimme games. And then we're gonna, heading into the second event, we're gonna have two pro divisions. We're gonna have a Champions League and a Challengers League. 10 teams in each one. And every single event, the top two teams from the Challengers division move up, and the bottom two teams from the Champions division move down. And that's gonna happen every single event. So there's gonna be a lot of drama, and who knows? Maybe some of these top teams will stumble, find themselves in the Challengers division and fight their way back. And that's what we need out here. Paintball is this fascinating sport, and the PSP is creating some dynamic paintball to watch. So let's check out the highlights on the day before we sign off here.
And that looks like Aftershock on the breakout right there when the horn blew.
Not such a breakout, but more of a brokeout.
This is a bunch of cockroaches right here with the lights turned on, running around all over the place, but yeah.
And Shock lost that game. And there's that bad breakout right there.
Well, you know what happened? Here's the problem. We talked about that earlier. Fields next to each other, you mistake your horn, and it happens. And it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, they gave their best shot. I love Aftershock's enthusiasm, though. Look at this. Just coming down, just giving it to them.
Yeah, that's Justin Rabikoff right there.
Impact playing. Justin Rabikoff, J&J Music Factory playing really, really well today.
Yeah, the two Justins are a big-time dynamic duo on that snake side of the field. Talking about amazing paintball, there is our Top Gun killer from 2012, Alexander Biernikov, and man, Moscow. It was just, they looked awesome in that defeat, or I'm sorry, in that win when they defeated Vicious.
Yeah, there's that one-on-one right there between Biernikov and Sussman where they traded out. This is Justin Rabikoff right here running down the highway.
And he had a great event so far, man. Justin Rabikoff had a lackluster 2012 when he was playing for Tampa Bay Damage, but now he's on Impact and just stepping it up, man, in this first event.
I'm happy to see him on the snake side. That's all I have to say. End of story.
Yeah, and here's Greg Sewers when he got shot in the arm and kept playing on and drew a major penalty.
Yeah, that was a no-brainer for the refs on that one.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, he's a boy, but here. And Justin Cornell, here's the other J&J. There's the J out of the J&J. And he's playing really well. And they're so versatile together. One goes first, the other one goes second, and they're just going back and forth. And also, hey, Damage.
That was our People's Choice MVP right there, getting tore up. But, Jason Edwards is one of the best back players. And, I mean, a lot of these teams getting these early starts, they really got to be careful
here's the thing.
about
Chicago, they have horns in their ears. So it's just constant ringing from all the downtown.
Yeah, so and then Davey Simmons, talk about players that – Aftershock, AJ Lawhead, Davey Simmons, they need some guys there. AJ Lawhead, that's what I'm talking about, man. Doing a little rope-a-dope on that last player for him. And, so much talent on Shock. They just need to get it together and really start playing as a team once they make those dynamic moves to the 50, which they do all the time.
And they're meeting at the 50 right here. I believe that was AJ Lawhead running into Parker Rosenthal. Here's Biernikov. When he thought about going, and Brian Smith came out, and they shot each other real quick, traded out. That was that loud clapping goggle hit that you heard right there.
Yeah, and here it is from the other angle. Look at this. Bernikov trying to come out wide, and Smith just real quick, boom, pops out, but he takes one as well. Those are two of the best right there. And now here's Smith.
Brian Smith, we talked about him all day today. So, you know, he had a couple bad games here and there, but however, he's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, that's him winning the one-on-one right there against Zach Yakimek.
Yeah, Brian Smith, man, hasn't lost a step. You know, took a year off and just comes back stunting. And there was Houston Heat playing, or I'm sorry, the Moscow Red Legion here. And
that's Daniel Holiday right there. Stefan Lukashuk right on his face, came over, missed him, introduced themselves. Ooh, and that's Daniel Holiday right there, putting a nice goggle shot on Alexander Bierdnikov. Eddie Painter right here from 187, just getting shot a whole bunch of times. I think that's when Mike Paxson got the penalty for overshooting. Here's Alex Goldman running down Jankel, making a nice crisp move, bunkering him out. Alex Goldman.
Jankel stepped up pretty solid, though, for 187 crew. You know, as those guys are starting to get it together. Again, not winning a lot of games. 187 crew's not winning a lot of games out here, but they are being very, very, very competitive. And, you know, it's one of those situations where, you know, they just got to keep going to the well, man. Just get those reps against these great teams and keep doing what they do and get their, you know, keep their talent improving.
Yeah, and that's him again right here. Painter getting ran down this time against by Alex Goldman. Alex Goldman got lit up on that one. He might have got shot beforehand. There's Callie Kevin getting bunkered out right there in the game against the Tauntauns. Shaboom.
Yeah, Tauntauns, that's a good success story, as they are going to be in the Champions League. They get knocked out of this tournament, but for their first tournament coming in here, and man, they have some talent on that team. They definitely can play the game, as they've been earning their stripes on the European circuit for years and, you know, honing their squad. They picked up some American talent and also some Swedish talent, and Carl Skandal, man, that kid can play paintball. So, wow, awesome event, or awesome game, that last one from Infamous, as they get the bye. And again, before we sign off, I'd like to thank our sponsors here: Empire Paintball, DLX, GI. Without them, none of this could happen. Dye coming out with some awesome paint here. And Planet Eclipse, man, their guns, they got a new ego that's just insane. And also HK Army going big this year. Got lots of awesome new products. Please support our sponsors, because without them, this does not work. So let them know that you appreciate the webcast and what the PSP is doing, man. Such an amazing event here in Dallas. So thank you guys for tuning in to the first event of the year. The prelims are done. We head to the real tournament starting tomorrow morning, bright and early, 8 o'clock a.m. here at Central Time. And on behalf of Todd Martinez, Chris Lasoya, Lauren Kelly, and all of our broadcast crew, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Matty Marshall, and we will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.